You got hats off to App State. I thought they really kind of had us on our heels to start the game. I thought they were very aggressive, very physical on defense, and maybe had us on our heels a little bit. And then kind of the other end, kind of a few punches to the gut and few to the noggin, the way that they were shooting the basketball. And they hadn't been shooting the basketball very well this year. We kind of knew that they were a better shooting team than what they were, and really tried to focus on kind of keeping the ball out of the paint. And I felt like they kind of got what they wanted. I thought they got stuff at the basket, they got stuff at the paint. We were in rotations, and they were making threes. And kind of just the worst of both worlds, the worst on both sides of the court to start the game. But give our kids credit. I thought the stretch that we had right at the end of the first half, we all of a sudden we were down 10. That could have gone a lot of different ways the last 2 minutes. Closed it to 5. Of course, they kind of hit one there at the end of the first half, and they were feeling good, and hats off to them. They were feeling good about things. I'd like to think that our kids maybe took a little bit of exception to that, and hopefully drove us a little bit in that second half. But even then, I thought App State was relentless. As a coach, you kind of always feel, hey, once you get that lead, let's see how the other team reacts. And they got punched in the gut a little bit, and we had a 6-point lead. And I don't know that this happened, but you're always nervous as a coach that once you finally get a lead in a game that you've been down the whole time, you kind of maybe start to relax and you think you got it. And that was never the case for us today, and we had to scratch this one out.
Defense, in particular, in the fourth quarter, the three-point shots they were hitting, they did not make near as many, and in the overtime, it seemed maybe you tightened the screws, and they were missing threes that they made in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, I didn't think we did a very good job in the first half of kind of recognizing personnel. They have a couple really good shooters out there. Porter off the bench today hit a couple, which kind of added to that. But I thought Alston hit a couple big shots. I thought she was fantastic today. Just really had us playing at a pace that she wanted, and got to the lane, got to the basket, hit a couple pull-ups. She was great. And with Carver, you watched her shoot before the game, and I was like, I know that she can shoot it. You just got to kind of have to run at her a little bit. And I didn't think we did a very good job of that in the first half. I thought we kind of were really slow on our closeouts, and she started to feel it. And when you let a kid start to feel it, you got to adjust a little bit. And I thought we did that. She still got off 14 total threes, but I thought we were contesting them and recognizing where she was at much better in that second half.
Usually when a team fights all game and finally gets the lead late, I don't want to say there's a letdown, but it took so much energy to get to that point. But today, when you got with the lead, maybe you played better with the lead?
I thought we did initially, and then it got to 6, and they dinged in 3 and made some shots. Thought we had a couple really poor possessions, but I thought they kind of really had us on our heels. I just thought the physicality and even some of the cuts, I just didn't think we were finishing some cuts. We got bumped off some of those, and we got to be stronger with those. We've talked all week about the physicality that we need to play with, and I don't know that we did that one as well as we probably need to. We've got some other teams like this that'll make you play at a pace and make you play fast and make you play tough and physical. We've got to do a better job on the boards, and we got to do a better job around the basket.
A little bit about Maggie Dugan, career matching 28 points. Fourth quarter, she wanted the ball. Defensively, she had the big charge in the fourth quarter to open overtime. She had the three-point prayer. Just talk about her offensive performance on the day.
Yeah, we needed that today, and I think the great thing about our team is we do have a lot of firepower. We have a lot of scores. The great thing about our team is, we can have kids that have 0 points, that have bad games, and we can still win. There's hopefully less pressure on some of our players with that. I like that makeup. I like the way that we were playing. I thought Rachel was fantastic off the bench today. I thought LV gave us some great minutes in that second and third quarter. Other people picked it up, and I don't think Addie had a bad game. I don't think, Sib, you look at the point total, I don't think she had a bad game or even a bad box score. She just, we had some other kids step up, and I think that's comforting for our players. They enjoy that, and we gotta embrace that. I think that's a great quality to have. We gotta embrace that and find open players maybe a little bit better than what we have been the last couple games.
And plus, pulling out a win in overtime, confidence factor, now that you've done it, that has to help as the season goes on.
Yeah, I think we can come back and point to this game, a couple times this year that we can, we dug deep. Again, when you get outscored by 27 points, against a team that you think you're a better shooting team than, that's a huge. Some that happens, and sometimes you're just like, hey, law of averages, man. Like you're gonna get beat by a hot team at some point. So for us to still find a way to win, I think we can draw back on this. For us to get teams uncomfortable. We down 11, I think, near the end of the third quarter. That's a tough one to come back from. So I think hopefully we can point back to this. I need to get better. I need to figure out a few things, even late in the game. Probably, thought we were taking advantage of a couple things that didn't work. So I think we got to reassess some things that we were doing, whether that's rotations, whether that's matchups, whether that's what we're calling. But we'll get back to the drawing board. But it's nice to be able to do that after a win, to learn a lesson after a win, not to take an L. Hopefully that'll help us.
First of all, just tell me about the win.
Oh, that was a good one. We came out a little slow. They definitely set the pace from the beginning. So coming in at halftime, we knew we had to be the aggressors. We had to be the ones, going after steals, getting those second chance rebounds, not letting them get second chance rebounds. And I think we did a pretty good job of that. We were down 11 at one point, and we came back. We fought back in overtime, came back. Gave it all we had. So I think it was a really good comeback win, I guess I would say.
You didn't take the lead until the fourth quarter, and it seemed like your defense tightened up, especially in the fourth quarter and the overtime. The threes they were making, they didn't hit.
Yes, they were definitely hitting early, so we knew we had to adjust. We knew we had to switch some things up, so we were locating shooters better. We were talking a lot better. The energy was just a lot better in the second half. And yeah, we knew we had to get stops, and stops led to transition, and transition led to points for us.
Especially in crucial moments in the fourth quarter and overtime, you seem to want the ball. It's like, give me the ball, I will shoot it, and I will score. I think that's the most emotion I've ever seen you show on a court.
Yeah, that first half was not very emotional, I guess you could say. So coming into the second half, I knew my team needed me to put the ball in the basket, but I also think they had confidence in me. So that gave me confidence in myself. And yeah, ball went through the basket. And then we were moving the ball. It wasn't just me. We were all moving the ball, and we were all getting foul shots and second chance points, and I think that it built on top of each other.
All right, two plays I want to ask you about. The fourth quarter charge.
Oh my goodness.
You were thinking this might not be a charge, but you took it and it worked out. That was a huge play in the game.
Yeah, she knocked the wind out of me. that was a little painful. But no, I knew our team needed that stop, and I was the last one back, so I was like, I'm just going to stand here and hope she runs into me, and she did. So.
And then the three-point play to start overtime, you were surprised the ball went in and you got the three-point play. Just talk about that play. They had you sealed off, and that was kind of I don't want to say Hail Mary, but you were just hoping at that point, right?
It was a Hail Mary. Coach drew up a play, and I was trying to execute it, and I got her in the air or on her toes a little bit, and I was not expecting it to go in. I'm glad I got the foul call, and I'm glad it went in.
That's a very good team. This wins, as the season goes on, is going to be more impressive, I would think, right? Appalachian State gave you everything you could handle and almost more.
Yes, they are very athletic. They play really tough. Their defense, but they're very scrappy. So I think, they keep shooting the way they're shooting, or they shot today, and keep being aggressive. They're going to be a really good team in the future.
I have one question. So when we're in non-conference home game, what do you think the team atmosphere kind of mindset heading into the final home non-conference home game in A-10 play? What's kind of the atmosphere?
I think we want to keep the momentum that we have. We want to keep the energy. We want to be the aggressors. And one more home game in non-conference, that's just one more chance to defend our home court one more time before, the big opponents come in the A-10. So we're really excited for that.